Okay, and we're live for our very first video. So I'm sure that's going to come up a lot, so I figured first video, why not tackle the why? So I decided to do this because I have a lot of free time on my hands now, and somebody brought to my attention that there's not a lot of people my age sharing our experience and some of the issues we go through, and even if I decided to share later, I wouldn't be fresh in that mindset. So I'm going to go ahead and try to tackle it. Why me? I'm only 25. I don't really have that much experience. Well, as the title explained, life is life. You live it, no experience required. You're just thrown out in there and you go and figure it out. So this is me figuring it out. I hope to cover topics from being a young professional because I grew up in a time where everybody tells you, hey, you have to go to college, you have to get a degree, and that's what's gonna get you a job. And as soon as you have it, all these doors will be open, people will be begging you to work for them. And that's not true. It's not been true. I don't think it's ever been true. At least not for me. You apply to jobs, and the first thing they ask is, what kind of experience do you have? So I just graduated in 2016. It's been about 3 years. I have 3 years worth of work experience in a professional setting. So essentially experience in jobs outside of that. At the same time, I hope to tackle different things like what it's like being a newlywed, because a lot of people are going to ask and a lot of people are curious. And if you're like me, I had absolutely no idea what to expect. So much so that the Wednesday before my wedding, I had an anxiety attack to the point that my now husband came home and was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, can we cancel the wedding? Because I don't think I can do this." And it wasn't that I wanted to leave him, because I don't, and I don't plan to, but the mystery behind the curtain of being married is so frightening, because what happens now? What's next? Everybody builds you up to the wedding day, but nobody pushes you over the finish line. So it was anxiety inducing because I didn't know what was next, and it's stepping into that new room without checking first. So hope to talk a little bit about that. But it's like being a cat mom, what it's like currently being unemployed, and just kind of being at home and figuring out what it means to be a housewife and to figure stuff out here. While I am applying for jobs and applying and putting out my name and all of that out there, I'm not actively throwing myself into any situation that comes up. I'm trying to learn to be a little pickier, a little bit more, okay, this is what I want and this is what I'm doing. So, talk a little bit about that. Might do makeup every now and then, as people tend to ask, and I've gotten a little bit more confident with it and I play with it. So it'll mostly be about what life is like for me, issues that I go through, how I've handled them, how I'm just kind of figuring stuff out, any questions that people might ask. So if you have questions, please let me know. Either send a message to the page or you can put a comment on this video. I'd love to tackle any questions you may have or any experiences that I could share, anything like that. And so that's kind of more or less what it's going to be like. I don't want to go too in-depth into any issues today because it's just the first video of why. And yeah, so different experiences like that. I might have other people on here who maybe want to share, either friends that I have who are younger than me and who are moms, have been moms for a couple of years, or people that are older than me and figuring out how to be a new mom. And why both? Experiences are different for everyone, especially when you are becoming a mom, because there is no age to start and you're going to get everything. You're going to get, oh, you're too young to be a mom, you don't know what you're doing. At the same time, you're going to get, you're too old to be a mom, are you going to be able to keep up? And it seems like there's no good age. So probably tackle that at some point. Right now, just a cat mom, so I might tackle that too. And yeah, so that's just more or less what it's going to be like. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, I'll take critiques, but I might not always address or tackle it, seeing as we're all just kind of figuring stuff out. If it's a positive feedback to kind of how I can improve this, I'd love to hear that and work on that. If it's negative, then, well, life's full of it, you learn to ignore it. Okay, well, let's see where this journey takes us. And